How's it going? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this pretty simple and smallish gold farm. In the future I'll be showing you how to make larger ones, but I thought I'd start for the smaller one. It takes less obsidian to make than some other gold farms. So yeah, this is what we are going to be building today. Now this farm is going to generate you about 5,500 items per hour. So that's a lot of items. You're going to have a pretty large storage system to hold all of these. But I'm going to break this down into their individual items. So every hour you're going to get about 1,400 to 1,500 gold swords. You're going to get around 2,000 rotten flesh per hour. You're going to get around 2,000 golden nuggets per hour. And you're going to get around 60 gold ingots per hour. And if you add up all the gold from the gold nuggets and the gold ingots, that makes around 31 gold blocks per hour. Now you could get more if you wanted to smelt down all the swords, but normally I find that's not the best. You got to use a lot of coal and stuff. So normally I just throw out the rotten flesh and the swords with some like automatic sorters that you can hook up to this. But yeah, that's how many items you're going to get per hour from this gold farm. Now this gold farm is also going to generate you XP, as you can see right here. And then you have this little spot where you can stand just right here and all the XP will slide underneath the slab. And this is going to get you to level 30 in about 4 minutes. So yeah, it's pretty quick to hit level 30. So if you're at 0 levels, you get to level 30 in around 4 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty sick. So let's get right into this tutorial. Alright, one more note before we get started here real quick. All the items that will be used to build this farm will be down in the description as always. And another quick note on the item drops for this farm. The higher difficult level you play on, the more items you will get. The numbers I gave you, I tested on normal difficulty. So if you go on a hard difficulty, you'll end up getting more item drops from this farm. So yeah, let's get right into this build. As you can see over here, I built it up in the air. You don't have to do that. You can build it underground if you want to, but I'm going to build it in the air so it's easier to see. So let's build it over here. I'm just going to come up a little bit real quick. Like so. Plenty high in the air. And then just get rid of all these. So what you want to do is grab some obsidian to start off with. What we're going to do is build the maximum size portal that we can, which is 23 by 23. So you're going to want to build that portal right now. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and then you're going to want to go up 23 as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and you're just going to want to complete this portal. Now that you can test that you made the portal near the right size, you can just go on and get a gravel, flint, and steel and activate it real quick. As you can see, it works, so we didn't make the portal too big. Get rid of that. So yes, this portal should be 23 by 23 blocks. Next, what you're going to want to do is find the center of this. So we're going to want to go into 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's the center block, so you can get rid of all these temporary blocks. Now that should be the center of this portal frame. And what we're going to do right now is we're basically building the lighting system that will light up the portal for us. So from the center, you're going to want to come down 1, 2, and then back like that. And then on the other side as well. And then you can break those blocks. And now we know what the center is of this, where we're going to be building the lighters. Then from here on each side, you're going to want to go 1, 2, 3, and then on the other side, 1, 2, 3. So this should now be 7 long. We're going to do that on the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, like that. And then on these blocks, we're going to take some trapdoors and place them right along the top like that, and then flick them up. 7 trapdoors on this side, and then 7 trapdoors on the other side. We're basically just copying what's on both sides. And this increases the chances of the nether portal lighting, because if you only have the system on one side, it decreases the chance of the nether portal lighting, and we want the nether portal to light pretty fast so we can get more zombie pigmen spawning through. Then what you're going to want to do is take an observer, looking like that. Same thing on the other side. The arrow should be pointing out. And then we're just going to have another observer looking into that one, and then just continue that down the line like so. And then you should see that it's flashing. That means the redstone signal is being pushed back through this, so that's working. And that's just going to update the lava so it lights the nether portal. And then you're going to do that on the same side, and you should see that red flashing like so on both of these sides. Now what we're going to do is go a block up like so, another block like that, and then like that. And basically we're just surrounding this whole thing right now. So you should have something that looks like this, and then you're going to want to copy that on the other side. Go up 1 block, come back 1, and then over 1, across the back, and over 1 again, and then 1 more block to close it up. And then we're going to want to put blocks above all these trapdoors like so on both sides. And then finally what you're going to do is you're going to put a lava source on each one of these observers. So and then while we're doing this, you should see the nether portal light if it isn't activated already. So we're just going to put a lava source on every one of these observers like so, and you can see the nether portal did in fact light from this system. Let's continue putting the lava buckets in on both sides like so. Missed the spot. There we go. Oh. And that's basically the portal lighting done. Now I don't want this to be on the whole time while I'm building the farm, so I'm just going to break one of these obsidian blocks so the portal just remains off while we build the rest of the farm. So I don't have to deal with any zombie pigmen coming through or anything, or going through the portal by accident. But yeah, now you should have something that looks like this. Now this next part is the most important part of this farm. Zombie pigmen do not spawn in every direction out of the nether portal. They only spawn on the east and south side of the nether portals. So take note of this part. This is the most important part of the entire video. If you do not follow this, the zombie pigmen may spawn on the wrong side of the farm, meaning you have to rebuild the whole entire thing that we built after this part that we've built right here. So what you're going to want to do is get a locator map, and we're going to click on that, and we're going to use this to tell what direction is north, east, south, and west. And you can see yourself on the map right there. If you look at the top right corner of the map, if I turn, you can see that my character points in a different direction. So if we look straight up on the map, that is north. The right side of the map is east. The bottom part of the map goes south. And if you go left on the map, then you are facing west. So pigmen only spawn on the east and south side of the portals. So you're going to see if your portal is facing east or south. So we're going to look north. We're lining ourselves up with the portal. And then we can see that the portal is off to our right. If we were to look in line with the portal like this, we'd be looking to the right, and that is east. So this is the east side of the portal, so we're going to want to mark that. And this is the west side, so we do not want to build the farm on this side of the portal. We want to build it on the east, and that would be the same with this portal face to the south. So you want to make sure you either build on the east side of the portal or the south side of the portal. Remember, this is the most important part of the video. That's why I have repeated it a bunch of times. Only build this on the east or south side of the nether portal. And in this one, our portal is facing on the east side, so we're going to be building it on the east side of this portal. So just mark the east or south side of the portal before we continue on to the next section, and then make sure you build the rest of the farm on that side. Now that we know what side of the nether portal to build on, we're going to grab some glass, and then we're just going to come to one of the corners of the bottom side of the nether portal and go 1, 2, like so. And now that kind of marks what side we're building on, so we don't need these temporary blocks anymore. Once you have that, we're going to go underneath right there, all the way across. So right there again, then go down 2 like we did on the other side. Then on the bottom, we're going to go down 1 more and across like that. And then we're going to fill in this bottom like so. And then we're going to put a wall on the front side 2 high. Go down and across like this. And then across like this. And this is going to contain our water streams. So then the pigment will spawn out of the nether portals into this and drop down into our water streams like this. So now you should have something that looks similar to this. Next, what you're going to do is grab some water buckets, and you're going to place a piece of water, not break the glass. You're going to place a piece of water on each side, like so. And now we need to drop the pigment down, so we're going to come underneath this, grab our glass again, and on the left side, we're going to place a block of glass underneath where that water stream ends right there, and go across 3, like so. And then on this side, we're going to go under the water, go 1, 2, like that. So we should have a 2 block gap right here. We can now remove this glass right there. Basically why this is not in the exact center, considering this is 23 by 23, it's because the Trident killer is 2 by 2. So we have to set it up like this so it can drop the pigment into the Trident killer. Then on this 3 side, we're going to place 3 blocks of glass right there, like so. 2 blocks of glass like that on the right side. And then we're going to flip around to the back side and do the same thing. 3 pieces of glass. And then 2 pieces of glass on that side. Now we're going to take a sign. And on this bottom piece of glass, put 1 sign. And on the other side, put a sign like so. So now we should have something that looks like this. And we can just come across with glass like this on both sides, like so. And now in here, on the side where we placed the 3 glass, we're going to break 3 pieces of glass and the water should flow like that. And then on the right side where we place the 2 pieces of glass, we're just going to break 2 pieces of glass like so. And now the zombie pigment will be pushed into the center area like so. And they will fall through down into the Trident killer like this. So now we got something like that. Now on this back side, we're going to place 2 glass like so. And then on this front side right here, we're going to place a piece of glass. And then a piece of glass right here. And basically what we're doing right now is making a 4 by 4 chamber. So then out this front, we're going to place another piece of glass like this. And if you look right here, you should have a 4 by 4 chamber that the zombie pigment will fall down. Now we're going to bring these blocks down 19 blocks. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Like so, and you're going to do this on all 4 of these blocks like so, and you're going to bring these all the way down by 19 blocks. So do that for this 4 by 4 chamber all the way down to where we just made that line of glass. Now that you have this 4 by 4 glass tube, we're going to take some stone brick. We're going to come down 3. And basically what we're going to be doing right now is build our Trident killer. So we're going to come down 3 like so. And we're just going to outline our 4 by 4 circle. So just line it, not circle, square, but line it up with the glass. So it should be a 4 by 4 cube lined up with the glass on every side like so. And real quick, we're just going to place some temporary blocks in the middle. And then we're going to take our hoppers and look up like that. So the hoppers are facing down. And then we're going to take 2 hoppers and face them looking into the back hoppers like that. Before we build the Trident killer, let's just add in all our chests. So then you're going to put a chest here like that and another one like there. So you should have these hoppers in the front of the farm facing into the back hoppers that are then facing down into some chests like so. Alright, I made a quick mistake on the chest, so let's break those real quick. You want to move them one forward so they're under the hoppers like this. And then we're going to take hoppers and face them into the back of the chest. And that way we can have a whole pile of chests going down. So you're basically going to want to add a lot of chests, or maybe even an item sorter down here eventually. Because you're going to get a lot of swords and you may not want that. And you also may not want the rotten flesh. So right now I just have a storage system that takes in all the items. So you can basically make this as large as you want by just adding more chests and then having hoppers face into those chests underneath hoppers above them. And you can make this as big as you want. I just did this with a 5 tall stack of chests that you can then access on all these levels. But you may want to hook this up to like an item sorter in the future. Now we can get rid of those temporary blocks that we put here at the top like so. And now we're going to do a really infuriating part of this farm. Adding in the hopper minecarts that are going to sit on here so they can collect items from our Trident killer. So we're going to need to temporarily remove these 2 blocks right there and add a temporary block on each side like this. So you should have something similar to this now. And we're just doing this to line up the rails. So we're going to grab some rails like this and place 4 in a row like that. And then we can place 2 here, and that will stop the rails from connecting. And then we can get rid of those rails on the end and the temporary blocks. And now we have beautiful rails sitting in a line like so, which allows us to take these wonderful minecart with hoppers and place 4 of them in just like this. So this is going to suck in all the items above from our Trident killer. So now we're going to take blocks and put 4 right over those. That way we don't disturb them, and that's where the mobs are going to be landing on, where the Trident killer is. So yeah, we got rid of that annoying task. The minecarts and the rails can be super annoying to set up, so if you just use that trick where you put 4 rails on a line and then put in the 2 rails there, it should go pretty smoothly. Now we are going to take some powered rails and put a powered rail in every corner of this 4x4 square we have here, just like so. And then we're going to start placing observers, and they're going to be looking at the powered rails. So observers should be looking at each of the powered rails. So we got one facing there. Now we're going to swing around to the other side. One looking at the power rail like that. Swing around the back, have it looking into the power rail, and then put another one just like that looking into the power rail. So it doesn't matter which corner you start at, just make sure the first one you place looks into the power rail, and then flip around to the other side and then have that look into the power rail and do that all the way around. And then we're just going to take a block and put it in the available spaces like so. And this is where our pistons are going to be sitting, so they'll get powered when this observer sees that this rail activated. It's going to power this block, which will power our piston. So we're going to put those in now. So if we're on the front of the farm like so, we're going to go to the back side like this and place a piston just like that. Then we're going to flip around to the other side, piston just like so, flip around the back, piston on that block just like that, and then flip around this side and put a piston just like that on the back side. And now we're going to take our stone brick again, and we're going to fill in all of this free space like so. So now that's pretty much our Trident killer pretty much all done. It should look something like this, which is pretty cool. Now what we're going to do is take our stone brick, and we're going to make a little platform for us to stand here on the farm like this on the front side. So we're going to go across 4 blocks and then out 3 like this. And then we're going to go on the side and go up 3 blocks like so. On the left side, we're going to go up 3 blocks like that again. We're just making a nice little enclosure that we can AFK in without getting killed. And then 3 on the back side like so. And then we'll end up putting a little roof on this that just covers this whole thing. That way mobs can't get to us. And then to get into this, we're going to break this back right block like so. And we're just going to put some scaffolding to get into this farm, or any method you really want to enter this. You can build this room to be anything you want. It's kind of ugly right now, but I just built it like this to be nice and simple. But this is the basic setup. But if something you're going to want to do, because this room can get dark, is grab some torches to put into here. So we basically only need 2 torches, and just flick them on a wall somewhere like that so it lights up this area so we don't blow up. Now to activate this Trident killer, because we haven't really set that up yet, we're going to grab a lever and put that on this left block right there like so. And then when you flick that on, you can on and off. You can see the Trident killer is now on. And if you turn it down, the Trident killer is off. Now to collect the XP, we're going to have to swap this stone block out for a slab block like so. And this will allow the XP to flow underneath the slab, but not allow the baby zombie pigmen to come out and kill us. Now if you come to the back side of this farm, you can come or back out to outside of our little shed here, or whatever you want to call this enclosure. You're going to come outside, and then on this front right here, we're just going to fill in that gap with some blocks like so. That way there's not the hole there, but we're going to leave this left side open because we are going to use this eventually to turn on and off the nether portal up there. Now I did forget to mention that we're going to need to throw a trident into that killer, so I'm just going to come from up here and do it. But you're going to want to toss 1 trident into this trident killer, that way it can kill the zombie pigmen. So then if you go back inside the farm like this and click on the farm, you can see that the trident moves like so. Sorry about that, I forgot to mention to throw in the trident into the trident killer when we initially built it. Now on the outside of the farm again, we're going to need to find the middle of this bottom section like we did up there. So we're just going to count across 12 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the 12th block is our center block. So then you can get rid of these temporary blocks. Now if we're looking at the farm like this, we're going to want to place a block on the center behind this block like so. Now we should have something that looks like this, and this is going to allow us to put our dispenser down like that. And then you can delete that temporary block. And then we're going to want 2 observers on the right side of this facing into each other, so we can power this. So place temporary blocks like that and then flip over. Now our dispenser should be activating. You should see that light up right there. And then you're going to want to put a powdered snow bucket in this. And this is going to turn on and off our portal by breaking it like this. But that's pretty annoying if it's always spawning zombie pigmen. So we're going to want to wait to turn off this farm. So what we're going to do now is come back here. And then on this other side of the dispenser, we're going to put a block right there with the Redstone Repeater on top. And then we're going to take another block and put it on the same level of the Redstone Repeater like this. We're going to come down 1 block like so, and then put a Redstone Torch right there, and then come down another 2 blocks, and then place a Redstone Torch on that block like that. So we're basically building a torch elevator that we're going to bring all the way down there that you can flick on and off, so you can turn this farm off. And then from this block, we're going to come down 1 like so, and put a repeater into that block like that. And then we're going to put another block there. And now we're going to leave this, and we're going to go down to the bottom real quick to build the torch elevator. So we're gonna go back inside the farm like so. I'm gonna place a block above this lever right there, and then place another lever right there that's gonna allow us to turn on and off the farm. So the on position will be down like that, so these two will match. So this bottom lever will turn on the Trident killer, and this top lever will turn on and off the portal system. So then on the outside of the farm, we're going to want to put a torch on top of that block, and it should turn off like that. And then we're going to build this all the way up, basically. So putting a block and then a torch, and then a block, and then a torch, and then, oops. Just repeating that until we get to the top. So we're just going to keep on bringing this torch elevator up so we can turn on and off the farm. So we're getting closer now. Just bring this all the way up until you hit this level right here. And then you're going to come across 1, 2, 3 in line with that block. And then you're just going to cover it like that. And now up here, we're just going to take some redstone dust and fill that all in like so. And now we should be able to turn on and off this nether portal. So earlier I showed you I broke this corner so the nether portal wouldn't be on. So let me just fill that back in. You should now see that the portal breaks on and off, and the zombie pigmen are spawning. So you've basically built the entire farm now. Congratulations. So if you come down here, we're going to want to make sure our Trident killer is on, like so. And now you can see the zombie pigmen are getting killed, and we can see the XP is flowing underneath this. So when you want to turn this off, you flick off this top lever, wait for the zombie pigmen to finish coming through that spawned through the portal, and then you'll be able to flick off this section down here that has the Trident killer. So yeah, now you have a working farm that you can turn on and off. So that's pretty sick. So I'm going to be building a bigger version of this in the future, but this is a nice starter gold farm that isn't too complicated to build and doesn't use too many resources. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any feedback for me, feel free to leave it down in the comment sections of this video. I pretty much read all the comments that are down below. If you notice in some of my other videos, I reply to pretty much every single comment. So yeah, put your suggestions down below, and I will see you next time.